से जा रही है ताकि पूरे जोश पूरी एनर्जी के साथ वो वापस आ सके। कुछ क्षणों में हम एक शानदार मुकाबला देखने वाले हैं। क्या आप
Good evening and welcome along to match 12. It's the final pool match in the Hero Hockey World League Finals 2015. We're in Raipur in India. The crowd are set and they're up for this one. And it is an absolute blinder of a game to decide who finishes top of the pile in Pool A. So up next, it's Great Britain versus Belgium. Final pool game with Great Britain ranked 4th in the world against Belgium, currently ranked 7th. Here they come then, out into the International Hockey Stadium at Raipur. Belgium closest to us in the all-black strip with the red socks. Great Britain away to the left-hand side in the red shirts and white shorts. Bringing up the tail end there, James Bailey. He will start in goal this evening for Great Britain, who are unbeaten in the tournament so far. Played 2 and won 2. For Belgium and John Doman's side, they've played 2, won 1 and lost 1. So this a must-win game for them if they are to finish top of the table. Mr. Eyal Das Bagel, the minister in Chhattisgarh, is our VIP for the evening. We will meet both sets of captains and our umpires, Adam Cairns of Australia and Grant Hundley of the USA. Fox and Doman return to their places alongside their teams, and we will have the national anthems of both sides, starting with Great Britain. sung chaps. Let's see if Belgium are in good song. They are. Crunch time then, match 12, Great Britain versus Belgium to decide who finishes top of this table. Australia, having just beaten Canada by 6-0. We'll take a look at the Great Britain starting lineup for you with James Bailey starting in goal. There is back four, captained by Dan Fox. Weir, Fox, Willers and Hoare. Catlin, Martin and Brogdon in the midfield. Brogdon with the 1 goal in the tournament against Canada, and then up front there, number 8, Simon Mantell, also scored 2 against Canada. Condon on the score sheet, and Ward back after that shoulder injury in the first game, missed the second game, but does play in this third and final pool game against Belgium, who have Vanash in goal. 4 players in front of him include Stokbrooks, Loipart, Van Doren and Boccard. Mean midfield of Guignard, Doman the captain, and Denayer the number 19. I know that he can offer from the penalty corners, as can that man there on the right of your picture, Tom Bone. Briels and Van Oorbel accompany him up front for Belgium. This is the table then. Who will finish on top? A draw good enough for Great Britain to finish in top spot. Australia currently in second place on 6 points. Belgium can join them on 6 points with a win here today against Great Britain, and then they would leapfrog them on goal difference as well. But Canada rooted to the bottom of that table, so a must-win game for Belgium. And keeping an eye on it for us down there pitch side, our 2 umpires from left to right, Adam Kearns and Grant Hundley from Australia and the USA respectively. So then the final pool game of Hero Hockey World League Final 2015 about to get underway. Great Britain will push back, playing from right to left. Great Britain then, Mantell passing back to Martin, then to Fox, to Catlin. They start their third and final game. They've played 2, won 2, 8 goals along the way, conceded just 3. And they've already qualified for Rio 2016, but they're looking to win this major tournament as Ward picks up the ball, plays it back to Mantell. It was a bobbly one, but he didn't take it down as you'd expect there, really. First touch just eluding him, and now Weir, who took that head injury the other day, but scored there first in that thrashing of Australia. 5-2, Great Britain winning that last game. Also a 3-1 victory against Canada. Simon Mason's with us in the commentary box. A good early chance for Great Britain.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, Mike. Great Britain getting around the sides, particularly down that left-hand flank and finding Sam Ward, and then recycling through Mantell out to the right. But it's going to be a question of whether that Australian victory, funnily enough, has any impact on Great Britain. Was the emotion that they expended, the energy they expended, such that they can't get themselves back up for this match?
All along the baseline, double paddage from Vincent Vanash in the goal. Just kept them together and just sent it out for a sideline ball. And just brought out of play rather casually, and now the acceleration from Briels as he comes forward, but tracked back by Condon, who plays it into the path of Catlin. Now over the 23-metre line, there's Brogdon, who's got some space over on the right-hand side. Oh, lovely ball back to Catlin, thinks about taking the backhand shot. Scramble in front of the goalkeeper, backhand shot comes in eventually. The tomahawk flies over the crossbar. Catlin missing the target.
What an exceptional pass from Brogdon behind the back. Saw where the entire defence was setting. As it comes in here, out to the sides, Brogdon just shapes up to go wide and pulls back into Catlin. Catlin can't get a shot away, but does the best he can to dink into Vanash. Then Blazers, just not enough composure.
or Great Britain inside the first 2 minutes. The sides don't really get to play to each other too much against each other, as Belgium and Great Britain, most of their games have come at Olympic Games, but the last time they faced each other was actually in the Hockey World League round 3, the semi-final in Antwerp. Finished an honourable 2-2 draw, but that was a cracking game between the two sides, and Belgium more than capable of an upset here this evening, and it's a must-win game for them.
It is indeed. Both sides have been really up for trying to get to the top of the table. The Indian team at the bottom of the other pool hasn't played particularly well during the course of this tournament, and either side will want to finish at the top for momentum, but also for that potentially fractionally easier game in the quarters.
The other pool looks like this. Netherlands finished on top with 7 points. In second place, it was Argentina with 6 points. Germany, the defending Olympic champions, with 2 points in third, and India, bottom of that table, with 1 point. But it doesn't matter, because the quarter-final stages start tomorrow, then conclude on Thursday. 2 quarter-finals a day. And as things stand at the moment, Netherlands, top of the table, will play Canada. We know that's a result, but we don't really know the rest of the results as yet, because it all comes down to this final game between Great Britain and Belgium. This will be the first attack for Belgium. There's the ball, and Willis gets to stick to it, but it came up dangerously into the path of Truans. There's the space, but Fox comes and gathers. And we'll just have to be careful there not to put a hand on Fox's back, but some sustained pressure now coming from Belgium.
Well, for Great Britain, I don't think they'll be too worried if Belgium manage to carry the ball this far up, because to me, Belgium's threat is all about their fluidity, the attacking pace that they have. Players such as Briels, Van Oorbal linking together to create real aggressive eliminations.
There's Stockbrooks, who eliminates 3 players. There's the shot that comes in. This time it's blocked by Mantell. Bone now feathers it back through, but off target. Stockbrooks almost carving his way through there. He eliminated 3 players in the process, couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah, tries to shape the forehand, realises that he's rolling back into defenders, goes to backhand, shows great awareness of the position of the players around him. There, he knows that he's got pressure from Mantell, who in the end gets the touch.
And as well, just helping it off towards Tom Bone, who scored 10 goals at the 2015 Euros in London. Exceptional effort, and he is the danger man. Wears number 27 for Belgium. No penalty corners as yet in the game, but he's the one that they'll turn to, as Whiteman now picks up the ball and just jabbed out into touch by Bockard.
Well, you're right, Mike. Bone is one of the players they'll look to on penalty corners, but aside from that, I think they've actually got one of the most amazing penalty corner setups for any team in the world at the moment. Hendricks, Deneyer, Leupart, Boone and Cousins can all flick.
Will they get their chance? That is the question. Van Doren peels out of trouble. Rings on the right-hand side. Oh, there's a mistake at the back, which Whiteman sniffs and picks, and there's the ball in towards the circle, and just a little chip over the stick of Alan Forsyth, who was waiting in the middle there. Grasic picks up the attack.
Here we see that mistake. It's taken as it comes across.
I'm sure we'll get another chance to have a look at it. Here we go.
So it's the cross that comes in. It just takes Van Oorbal, who gets the bottom edge of a stick that pops it up behind Forsyth, behind him.
Bockard. There again is that little lift and carry, but taken out into touch, only as far as Phil Roper, who takes the quick restart to find Catlin and then sets off on a high run. Into the circle now, the ball helped on, and they're tucked home! Great Britain have their opening goal. Phil Roper, who carried on his run from starting the move, opens the scoring here against Belgium. It is Great Britain 1, Belgium 0.
Well, it's 2 touches. Catlin made it. Great ball in. Initially, I think it's Grasic, and then in the end, it's Roper. Lovely behind the back touch from the edge. Roper gets a feathered touch into the bottom corner. Grasic did the damage, really. But what a great interchange between 2 players in the heart of the Belgian defence.
It is his 10th international goal. Comes on his 46th combined appearance. There he is. Well, it's not.
That's it, slow.
Yeah. We'll find him in a minute for you. But nonetheless, Phil Roper opens the scoring for Great Britain.
And what Raipur had done so well is he anticipated that that ball would just fall into the middle of the circle. Wasn't necessarily trying to get it from Grasic, but in doing so, making that aggressive run, he got in front of the defender. As a defender, you have to front arc, you have to be right on top of your opponent, and if you allow them to get that just a half metre of space, that's all they need at this level.
There's a look at Raipur's stats at the bottom of your screen. There, and Van Doren now for Belgium. Belgium who qualified for Rio 2016 already as well. All the teams here, all 8 teams through to Rio 2016, so there's some good match practice ahead of that massive tournament in August next year. There's the ball into the circle this time. It's just away from the edge of the stick from Charlier. It gives chase now to Whiteman.
The ball into the circle is created because Cosines, when he comes forward, it's beautiful how he moves. He sits right down into his heels to get his eyes up. So the more you bend your knees, the lower you get to the ground, the more you can straighten the upper body. And it means that your vision is fantastic. And he could therefore deliver that ball into the heart of the GB circle.
I'm sure the Great Britain fans would like to see the goal again. So here it is for you. It was helped on wonderfully there by Grasic and then slotted home by Phil Roper. Tremendous finish. Coming after just 7 minutes. So Great Britain off to a perfect start. Australia too in their first quarter against Canada slotted 4 goals against the Canadians and then went on to win the game by 6 goals to 0. The only other action from today, we move on to the quarter-final stages tomorrow. We know that the Netherlands will now play Canada. As for the rest of the fixtures, TBC, watch this space. There's another one for Grasic to chase. Little lift takes it across the baseline. It'll be Belgian ball.
Well, composure from Grasic as the ball goes to the baseline. That's what either team need to show when they get into the circle. Make sure they just set themselves and make good decisions. You don't have to rush this early in a game, not forcing play.
4 periods of 15 minutes. That's what the game is broken down to these days. So no need to sweat it out just yet for Belgium. Forward by Hendricks. And by Bocard into the circle again. There's some confusion there. Bailey's going to have to come for this one. Commits. The goal was open. Charlier takes the shot and scuffed it wide.
Well, Bailey goes for it. He gets a left-hand touch. It comes a little bit too far away. I think he's fortunate because he decides, do I go with my foot or my hand? In the end, Charlier gets the shot in, but from a narrow angle.
Willers and Fox waiting on the goal line as well. Had it gone goal bound. And then Cosins take a breather. Looks as though Briels is coming on for Belgium. Whiteman actually going off to the wrong bench. He's heading off towards the Belgian bench. Maybe got his mind on other things. Clean pick up from Fox now, who drives forward. He has Brogdon in front of him, and then peeling out is Condon. No support there for him, carried it right onto the stick of Bone, who now picks up the ball for Belgium, runs through the heart of the GB midfield, and there's the support away to his left-hand side. Doman into Catlin, inside the 23-metre zone, so they can't put this one straight into the circle. Must move that 5 metres. Now it does. Now it can come in. Glance away from Dan Fox. Dan Fox, of course, who studied geography at Oxford. Played a bit of cricket there as well. Now Great Britain coming forward. Mantell's there. He's got Roper on the far post. Roper for the second. It was just helped on, and there was some real pressure there for Loipart to contend with there, because Roper was breathing down his neck.
That's 2 genius passes. One from Catlin in the build-up through midfield, just punches the ball off his right foot to find Mantell, and then Loipart plays it behind him with Roper breathing down his neck. This is a brilliant defensive touch. He knows where Roper's going. Roper's going for the forehand deflection into Benash. And in the end, it's Loipart who just tucks it behind his back foot.
Got Brooks only onto the stick of Weir, and now Brogdon can carry the ball away. Brogdon, who a little deflection to get a goal against Canada in the first game. 4 goals, 2 at the Hockey World League round 3, the semi-final stages. And now here we are in the final. These sides jostling for position in Pool A currently Great Britain in first place, Australia in second, Belgium in third, Canada in fourth. But with a win here, Belgium can leapfrog Australia, taking that second spot, which means they would face Germany, who are third in the other pool. Whoever finishes third in this pool will play Argentina, and whoever finishes top of the pool, which at the moment is Great Britain, will face the hosts, India. What a matchup that will be. Certainly not a quarter-final you'd want to pick if you were cheering for Great Britain.
Well, once you get to this level of competition, obviously the World League finals, the talent amongst the teams, the full squads, is so high. There's so few weaknesses. OK, a team can have a game and a half, a bad game and a half, but all of a sudden they're right back into it in the quarter-final stage. Ward, we see, just gets knocked over.
Yeah, not for the first time in this tournament. Took a blow to the shoulder in the first game against Canada. Didn't feature in the game against Australia, but he's back here for Great Britain against Belgium, the final pool game for these two sides. No Ashley Jackson, of course, no Barry Middleton, the likes of Mark Leghorn, Adam Dixon, George Pinner, all missing from this Great Britain side, as Weir scuffs that one a little bit, and that'll give Troyens a little passageway in. Denayer. There the ball finds Guignard. He's got Van Orbel ahead of him. Opts to go himself. Good confidence there from the big man. Now he does find his teammate Van Orbel on the baseline. There's the return inside the crossbar. Oh, what a goal. Pinged off the crossbar, came back, hit one of the Great Britain defenders, and then ended up in, I think it was Ian Sloane that got the final touch here after it ricocheted from the crossbar. Let's have a look.
That's a great pass. Guignard stole the ball in midfield, finds it out to that right-hand side, sees Van Orbel. What a touch. Exceptional bit of elimination. Great vision as it comes across. Absolutely nothing I think that Bailey can do. It's Briels who goes in off the crossbar far post. What a brilliant finish. He plays across the line of the ball that generates extra pace. It means that Bailey has no chance.
Yeah, the real-time speed of that was, well, was pretty quick. Either way, Belgium have levelled up here. Great Britain won, Belgium won. Thomas Briels equalising for Belgium after Phil Roper put Great Britain ahead on 7 minutes. So, game on.
Well, and I think, Mike, the build-up play for Belgium there is going to be what's crucial to either side. I think this game's going to be won in about the 30 metres that crosses over the halfway line, because both these sides are exceptional at winning the ball back through midfield. The harry and the harassment of tackling back is what they're renowned for.
Now the space is just starting to open up again. Another half chance. Composure from Fox at the back. Now Whiteman, Grasset. Belgian ball. Yeah, for me it was Simon Guignard that really set up that last goal, playing in Van Orbel, who then teed up Thomas Briels. Briels bang on target, his second goal off the tournament now. Of course, a draw doesn't do Great Britain, or sorry, Belgium any favours here. Great Britain would still finish top of the table.
Yeah, Great Britain would finish top, and they would want to do that. It's a momentum thing. The result is okay with the quarterfinals, and the teams of such pedigree across the entire competition. Does it matter? I wouldn't think so, because you respect all of your opponents, but it's about getting that energy that comes from winning. It's a habit, and they step forward, and both teams will want to go into the next stage off the back of a good result.
Van Orbel, self-pass to restart. Ward tracks him back, and Belgium come back out into their own half now. Crossfield ball from Van Doren. Into Loypart.
Loypart's one of those players who, if he gets further up the pitch, he's got a fantastic disguised slap. Can quite happily put balls into the half of the opponent's circle. Strong
turn here. Guignard again on the ball. There was the overlap. Stockbrooks was just ushering where he wanted the ball. Belgium, this was their equalising goal. Keep an eye on this off the crossbar.
Well, it's the ball across, and then Briels plays at it. That's crossbar far post. What a finish. Nothing Bailey can do. I think he tries to head this as he goes up. Look, you see him jump. By the time he's jumped, though, this is in the back of the net. Look at the reaction, the pace on the shot.
That concludes the first 15 minutes, the end of the first quarter. And it is on as even. Goals for Phil Roper, and for Belgium, Thomas Briels. Those are the two goals from the first quarter, and I'm sure there's plenty more in the hat as well. End of the first quarter, it is Great Britain 1, Belgium 1. Good chance for us to have a look back at that first quarter action. Goals and goals galore. Great Britain getting off to the pacier start.
Well, Catlin found Brogdon. Brogdon peeled inside. Little bit of doubt in the middle of the Belgian circle. Catlin then blazed over the bar. Bit more composure, could have seen the first shot on target after some clever work. And then he just drifts across, and it's a great ball into the circle. Grasic under his arm, and Roper with the touch pass for Nash into the bottom corner. 7 minutes in, GB have the lead.
Yeah, the perfect start for Great Britain. Remember, this is a must-win game for Belgium, so this their response as Guignard drove forward, found Van Orbel, and then Thomas Briels did that.
What a finish it was, every time you watch it. Absolutely exceptional, 2 hands slapped under the bar.
Some more stats to bring you from the first quarter. 7 circle entries for Great Britain, 5 for Belgium, 1 goal apiece. Belgium actually having more shots than Great Britain in that first quarter, 5-4. No penalty corners yet, but still a long way to go. Bailey already sets off on his way to the goal. Belgium gathered around their coach, their new coach, Shane McLeod, who picked up the baton in September, replacing Jeroen Delmy, 2-time gold medalist from 96 and 2000 Olympics. Second quarter action about to push back, settle in. The score then after 15 minutes of play, 45 still to go as Great Britain in the red attack that goal away to our left-hand side. They took a lead through Phil Roper. There's Grasic that gets into the circle again, and he was looking for a corner. Leupart, the Belgian player that went to ground, and Belgium now have the chance to counter-attack. There's the space for Denayer with those long legs, just stretches into it, but lifted, says the umpire. There was an element of danger there. Denayer's attack halted.
Well, that's an average pace first 30 seconds of the second quarter. Great Britain from the pushback, it looked almost like a worked move, a 3-4-man weave down the middle of the pitch. In the end, I think Leupart was very fortunate not to give away a penalty corner having gone to ground. But then immediately the counter-attack as Denayer drove through the midfield. And if it keeps open like that, it'll be brutal in terms of physicality. Not against man versus man, but just the pace and the running that's going to be necessary by teams to defend against each other.
1-1 today, the scoreline so far. 2-2 when the two sides met in Belgium earlier in the year. Belgium, of course, the European silver medalists in 2013. They finished 5th this time round in the 2015 Euros. A lift over the stick from Boccard. Cuts in field to change the angle, gets his eyes up all the way and is chased back by Forsyth. A little missed trap there from Dokier. Oh, lovely stick skills. That was Roper again, the goal scorer. Took a knock to the face the other day, and here is Roper again looking to play the ball forward.
And this has to be a tactic from Great Britain because they're playing down this middle 15-metre piece of pitch, and therefore just playing little interchanges, and it looks so direct, as if they're trying to drag the Belgians in.
Oh, there was a chance, a sliding chance, and Dokier, how close was he to this one and to getting it past Bailey? The cross came in, it was on a plate, and that could have only been centimetres away from taking the lead.
Yeah, and I think Hall gets caught. I'm sure we'll see it in a replay in a minute, but Dokier seemed to get in front of him. You have to, as a fullback, you've got to protect that front post space.
Belgium rampant at the moment. Needed that tackle from Shingles at the back to deny the pass through. Now the counter-attack again, coming down this left-hand side with the goal scorer, Roper, who plays in Forsyth. Good tackle from Leupart, who watched it all the way, a clean tackle. And now some defensive work for Great Britain to do.
Go back to that Belgian chance a moment ago, Mike, thinking it through. The issue was, as Boccard came down the right-hand side, the GB player who went to close him down actually went hard against him. Here we see the ball across, and we see Dokier getting in front of Hall. Hall has got to be stronger in that instance. It's been hit from outside the circle. You can deflect it into your own goal. You can't let a forward get in there.
Well, Sébastien Dokier sneaking in under the GB radar, as are the Mosquitoes here in the commentary box. Well, they seem to find a way through, don't they?
There's an ongoing battle over the course of the week.
They've actually got a little zapper in the broadcast room where the director sits. Maybe we should get one of those. Hall with a jab tackle this time. Commits the foul. There's the space and acres of it as well as Denayer picks up. He's got Cousins outside him, and the ball was not the most sympathetic. It was right into the path of Dan Fox, who now recycles the ball for Great Britain. This is Hall to Brogdon. Lovely first touch. Now Willers. Roper. Mantell ahead of him. Roper's going solo. Oh, nasty challenge from Leupart. Did well, lucky, I should say, not to give away a penalty corner there. Came flying in with that stick challenge. Great Britain ball.
Well, at the moment, for either side, it just feels a tiny bit one-dimensional. When a team gets the ball, there's not a lot of transfer. And the defensive lines, okay, if you don't get beaten by speed, you can then just get your angles right to defend a particular line.
Denayer getting his angles completely wrong there as he brings down Fox. Watch this for a challenge. Just clips his heel just here. Thank you. More of a football tackle, that one, I think. 10.5 minutes to go till the end of the first half. 1-1 the score. Great Britain going ahead on 7 minutes. Now Belgium looking to take the lead. Oh, lovely save from Bailey, and that one's gone for 3 points if you're a rugby fan. Straight through the middle of the post, and the crowd like that one.
Well, you have to show good awareness as an international goalkeeper. As that play developed, Bailey stepping up. He'll see this pass now, and he's already on his way, getting there in front of the attacker, so Tom Boone not able to accelerate. He's gone, he's seen that ball. It was quite a poor pass from Van Orbel.
Backhand shot from Breels, who already has one in the game. Pinged it in off the crossbar to equalise on 13 minutes. A bit on the back foot at the moment. There are some big gaps out there as well, which Belgium seem to be taking advantage of.
Yeah, it feels like as GB get the ball and step forwards, they're motoring through midfield, but in doing so, the defensive unit then isn't stepping up behind the ball carrier, and it leaves this massive space that Belgium were able to counter-attack into.
Great Britain have a big space of their own now to attack. Shingles with the ball forward towards Brogdon, who tries to help it on to Ward, but Denayer is aware to that, no surprise. Flicked off Brogdon, so it'll be Belgian ball on that far touchline. Leupart and Denayer just interchanging passes here. Denayer opts to go himself. 221 caps for him this evening. Number 19, need to keep an eye on him. One of the taller figures out there on the field. Going down that left-hand channel as things go at the moment. Leupart over towards that left-hand side of the pitch, and there's the 1-2 pass. Troyan's playing the 1-2 and playing in Hendricks. Now he'll turn up the gas. Good tackle from Hall, who loses his stick in the process. Bone now. Oh, lovely pass there to eliminate Sam Ward and wins the free hit.
GB fortunate that did hit a stick, because Sam Ward sold himself on the tackle. He went just for a last-ditch open stick, and it's pulled back inside him.
Captain now has to watch that one carefully. He's still got 2 Belgian players around him as they go in search of their first penalty corner. Backhand shot, this one's come off the post. Well, the shot definitely came in from inside the circle from Denayer. Not sure who got the final touch, but it ricocheted off that right post, the left post of James Bailey.
Well, Bailey had Breels on that far post in close attendance. If it hits Bailey's toe, then it's a fantastic save, because it took a touch, seemed to take a touch somewhere along the line, and then, as you say, might ping back off that post. Fortunately, both players were leading away from goal at that moment.
Postworks had more touches in this game than you or I, Simon. 2 in total now, 1 pinged in off the crossbar. Thomas Breels scoring that. It hit that left post, and Belgium have now just hit the right post. This is Condon. Good left arm extension, but well tracked back by Stockbrooks. Wins the ball for Belgium. Good turnover, and there's the space for him to drive into now. Great Britain again on the back foot, and Fox this time puts in a last-ditch tackle to save Great Britain's blushes. Brogdon. Back to Fox. There it is to Condon, and was there stick contact there? Yes, says the umpire. It'll be a free hit just outside the circle. Ball must travel 5 metres.
Well, look down below our commentary box. The Fox was putting his hand up to the substitutes bench going, I don't know what I'm doing this high, but I need a break.
Yeah, there was a little dribble coming out of his right nostril. Bit of a nosebleed there for Dan Fox. And he's huffing and puffing a little bit out there. I'm sure he'll be okay. There's Sloan. 3 players around him, so there must be space on the other side of the field. Catlin exposes it now with Hoare there, gets his eyes up, looking for the ball into the circle. Touched away for a long corner by Denayer. Another one into the circle. First touch from Grasic. Did it trickle over the baseline? Yes, it did.
Yeah, Grass could be disappointed because that was a touch he really needed.
This is the deflection from Denayer to take out for that long corner. Belgium recently hitting the post, of course, inside this second quarter. That's probably the best chance for Belgium in the second quarter, as Briels, the goal scorer, comes back to that one. Plays it through Stockbrooks, now back through Leupart.
As we saw a moment ago, both Belgium and Great Britain looking to hunt through the midfield. So as the ball came in moments ago into the heart of the pitch, Belgium threw 4 black shirts around the ball. Every single ball carrier on either side has to be aware, if they're in that middle zone, the middle square around the centre circle, if they get it and move it out of there immediately.
This was the post.
It did. I think that's Doman who gets a touch. Such a close touch onto that post.
John Doman getting down nice and low there. It certainly looked from that angle as if it was the Belgian skipper that hit the post then in this second quarter. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Great Britain 1, Belgium 1. If you're just joining us, welcome on board. Michael Absalom and Simon Mason here, guiding you through this one all the way through to half-time. Phil Roper putting Great Britain ahead on 7 minutes. Belgium equalising courtesy of Thomas Briels on 13 minutes. And since then, it has been end-to-end stuff. Not a dull match.
Well, both teams are going at it. They're out there like heavyweights, slogging it away. A moment ago, Charlier deflecting it up into Shingles, but Shingles with the ball down and away immediately. And all of a sudden, what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds later, Great Britain are 50 yards up the pitch.
It does resemble a scene from Rocky Balboa, slugging it out, these 2 hockey giants. There's a ball across the edge of the circle. It almost fell into the path of Chris Grasic.
Well, if Vanash claims that that was a controlled touch, he's absolutely making it up. He's got to take the ball in front of him, but he doesn't get enough on it. And in doing so, I think he actually dropped that back into a really dangerous area. Great Britain were just unlucky they didn't have a player in the right place. As we see it come across here, Vanash just goes out on the foot, and he has to, but he doesn't attack the ball. He's going back over his shoulder.
Mignard striding forward. There's the ball into the circle. Cousins to take it 2-1. He's taken it across the baseline. Well, what a ball that was to dissect the GB defence.
Look how Cossins takes this ball across his body, lets it go to try and beat Bailey. Bailey out and big, left hand then reverse stick. That's a brilliant touch, however, to avoid the defensive intentions from Sloane, but then the ball just goes over the baseline.
It really does highlight just how quickly the game can change and just how quickly sides can get from one end of the pitch to the other, as GB demonstrate again here with Whiteman again down the right-hand channel. Changes the angle by coming infield again. Catlin on the overlapping run towards the edge of the circle, wins the free hit. Whiteman will take.
Well, the common denominator for the Belgian attacks that we've seen so far has been Gunard. And GB really need to make sure they keep him quiet.
Will is into the circle. It's been played onto the foot by De Pauw. Alexandre De Pauw playing it onto his own foot, giving Great Britain penalty corner chance. This is the first penalty corner of the game, and here's White.
Slapped it in, nice disguised slap, but that's just an unnecessary, that's a soft corner to give away at this level. De Pauw, instead of trying to just trap it, I think he tries to play round it. He does. Look, he reaches and tries to slap it, gets a double touch onto his own knee. He could have afforded to just control that and drive away out of danger.
Seeing where the call might be coming in from for Great Britain. Bobby Crutchley, is he doing his homework? And here's how Great Britain set up with Sloane and Roper at the top of the circle. Brogdon to inject. Whiteman and Hoare the stick-stop options. Into one of those 2 batteries at the top of the circle. Here it is then, comes Sloane's way. It wasn't the most direct of injections from Brogdon. Let's see if Great Britain can recover from here. Well, it was a wasted chance from the penalty corner. They do win a free hit just outside the circle, though.
This injection is a mile away from where it needs to be. I mean, I can only assume that's potentially a deliberate move.
Oh, Brogdon does find the back of the goal. So despite the penalty corner being slightly dodgy. Great Britain keep that pressure on and regain the lead. It is Ali Brogdon with his second goal of the tournament, and it is Great Britain 2, Belgium 1.
That's unbelievable skill coming in down the baseline from Hall. In the end, Brogdon knocks it in after a scramble, but what a bit of skill. Nash tries to play it down, does do so, but only back into congestion, and there's a touch in front of him, back in from Forsyth, and then Brogdon pops it in on that left-hand post.
Won't score too many easier goals than that one. Ali Brogdon, of course, made his debut against Australia in 2009, but won a title with the Waterloo Ducks in 2012 and 2013, having played a lot of his hockey in Belgium. Now takes the lead against Belgium. Great Britain 2, Belgium 1.
Just shows that either side, even if something breaks down, you need the intensity and the awareness to make sure that you play the second phase, because it was Michael Hall who was on the original trap for Great Britain. It was rolled out to his forehand. He continued to follow the play out to the right flank, and it was him with a beautiful, deft right-to-left movement of the ball that exposed the baseline and got the ball across.
Maybe it was a deliberate penalty corner to get the free hit just outside the circle.
I'm not going to credit Crusher with that much tactical genius. He's a great coach, but 17 plays later, I don't think so.
He was definitely writing something down on his notebook. Here's Martin, recycles the ball through Fox deep in Great Britain's half, now on the halfway line, in fact. And Martin gets his eyes up. There's a space that finds Hall, but good track back from Roy Park, and a clean reverse stick pick from Troyans. Sustained pressure here from Great Britain. They're putting on a full court press, so all the players stepping forward, so a little loopy ball over the top. Well, is that not going to be blown in Belgium's favour, because Ali Brogdon was certainly not 5 metres away from Cousins, who received that aerial ball. No matter, Belgium still have it. There's a little deflection there that's, again, picked up by Fox, who seems to be everywhere at the moment for those loose deflections.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting with Fox's positioning, because against Australia, he was exceptional. So we see that ball along the baseline. Here it is, it just pops up of the defender. Van Ash doesn't get his left hand through it hard enough, and suddenly it's in play. Whiteman just plays at it. Everybody seems to have gone to sleep. Whiteman didn't seem to have any idea what was going on. He's played it across, and suddenly it's there for Brogdon. It is actually a difficult ball to play at, and he does very, very well to get a clean blade on it.
30 seconds remaining in the first half. Great Britain 2, Belgium 1. Goals for Brogdon and Roper in the first half for Great Britain. Thomas Briel's levelling things on 13 minutes, but it was that goal from Ali Brogdon that separates the sides. It's Goonyard with the interception there, and a chance here again for Belgium to get back into it, but a good cover tackle coming in from Ian Sloan.
Well, either side, when they try and play second eliminations through midfield, they're getting picked off. Both sides need the discipline. Eliminate once, get the eyes up and play the ball.
That will be the final touch of the half. 3 goals inside the first half then. And a cracking game developing here between Great Britain and Belgium. 2-2 it finished in the Hockey World League round 3. 2-1 Great Britain lead here in the Hockey World League finals. It's been a great first half.
It's been an electric first half, Mike. I think the pace of this is the highest we've seen out of any game so far this competition. It's end-to-end, unbelievable eliminations through midfield, some great passings being selected, and some fantastic finishes.
If things stay this way, Great Britain will face India in the quarterfinals, and Belgium will face Argentina in the quarterfinals. Great Britain, Belgium, Australia, Canada, Netherlands, Argentina, Germany and India all here in action at the Hero Hockey World League finals. And in the final pool game, match 12 of the tournament at half-time, it is Great Britain 2, Belgium 1. Second half action on the way shortly. Welcome back. Match 12 of the tournament, the Hero Hockey World League Finals 2015 from Raipur in India. The crowd enjoying the final pool game between Great Britain and Belgium. Great Britain lead at half-time by 2-1, and just a little bit of water going onto the pitch just to lubricate things nicely for the second half. Let's talk you through some of the other goals in the tournament. Gonzalo Payet is the leading goal scorer, and that one of his best in the tournament so far. He has 6 goals along the way. Simon Mason here watching this one. Not much chance for the goalkeeper on this one, Mace.
None at all, but that's because of the way that Payet comes into the ball. He actually attacks the goalkeeper's left-hand side and then rips around it. This is the 1-2 that he delivers. When you've got the ability from the top of the D, you are a threat and a routine can be worked. As he comes in, watch him draw Heine, number 6, the German player, to him, past his left foot, out to the zigzag play, back into himself, and now he gives Jacobi no chance. A quick wristy slap underneath his right hand into the bottom corner.
Argentina finishing second in Pool B. That means they'll play whoever finishes third in this pool, who currently, that is Belgium. If the score's to stay the same here, Belgium must win this game against Great Britain. Gonzalo Payet will certainly be a danger for any side that he comes up against in the final stages of this Hero Hockey World League final. The quarterfinals start tomorrow. We already know that the Netherlands will face Canada in one of those quarterfinals, but the rest of the lineup to be confirmed after this game here. Great Britain versus Belgium, the concluding half coming your way. Currently Great Britain leading Belgium by 2-1. It is the final pool game of the tournament. Great Britain lead Belgium by 2-1. Roper and Brogdon on target for Great Britain in the first half. Thomas Briel scored an absolute screamer to level things on 14 minutes, but Alistair Brogdon's goal, the difference, and separating the two sides at half-time. Let's take you through some of the first-time highlights then. Simon Mason is alongside us here in the commentary box, and your thoughts on the first-half performance from both sides.
Well, both sides started at a high tempo, and that tempo, if anything, has just got higher and higher. Catlin blazes over the bar after an early opportunity before Great Britain had opened the scoring. Then it was all about Catlin again. He drifted through midfield and found a direct pass into the circle, and Great Britain were up after an under-the-arm touch from Grasic, found Roper, who touched it in past Van Asch. But Crutchley there, we saw in the highlights, he wasn't taking anything for granted. Gunard then eliminated Brogdon as he found Van Orvel on the baseline. He played it across, and Briels with one of the outstanding goals of the tournament, nearly taking Bailey's head off in the Great Britain goal, finding the crossbar. Belgium then looked dangerous on the counter-attack. It was a great ball into Boone, but Bailey came out and kicked clear. boomed it back over the halfway line. In fact, Catlin doing some defensive work in the end, just through a crowded D, comes back to the top, and the rushed shot is touched onto the post by Jean Doman. Great Britain a little bit fortunate not to have gone a goal down at that stage.
They did come straight back up the other end though, and it wasn't the easiest of tap-ins for Ali Brogdon there on the far post, taking it halfway up the stick, but nudging it home. So Great Britain have that lead, 2-1, 6 shots apiece in the first half, but Great Britain taking advantage as far as circle entries go, 13-8 and 0 from 1 their penalty corner conversion rate. Let's have a closer look at this first goal from Great Britain. It was a 19-metre pass into the circle. You talked about the touch-on pass there from Grasic to Raipur, and really highlighted there in that. And this, the goal for Belgium.
And Gounard, it's all about the elimination. He runs a good 35 metres to find Van Orbel. It's the elimination. He changes his angle, and then in doing so, it enables Briels, when the ball comes across, to put it under the crossbar.
We can just see the players emerging out onto the field of play. The crowd waiting patiently to see this concluding game. They want to find out who will face India in the quarter-final stages. At the moment, it looks like Great Britain. If Great Britain finish top of this pool with a win or a draw against Belgium, then they will face India in the quarter-final stages. That is a mouth-watering prospect. Possibly not the draw that Bobby Crutchley and Great Britain would want, first versus fourth. Doesn't really highlight just how good a side India can be on their day.
It doesn't, not at all. However, they'll both be wanting to finish this tournament on a high, so either side will want to get as high as they possibly can.
Great Britain, who have the lead at half-time, but let's get the thoughts of the Belgium coach, Shane McLeod. He's alongside Madonna.
Thanks, Mike. It was a good first quarter, very competitive. What do you think went loose in the second one?
Well, they scored, so that makes things tougher. No, look, I think both teams are pretty even, and so it's going to be interesting what happens in the next quarter, and certainly the last quarter. I think we'll see the result always comes at the end of the last quarter, but how we get there, I think, will probably happen early in the last quarter.
And this is a must-win match to top the pools. Is that causing a pressure on the boys?
Oh, no, look, I think that the way this tournament pans out, the next game is the must-win game, so it's always nice to finish top of your pool, and we'll be trying to do that, but yeah, the main game's the next one.
All right, thanks and all the very best.
Well, a solid win here for Shane McLeod, and Belgium would see them go to the top, but they need to notch up some goals against Great Britain. They need to get past them as well as things, so at least 2 goals to take the win, because at the moment they trail by 2-1. One of the goals scored there by Ali Brogdon. Tom Bone yet to be on the score sheet today, but has won in the tournament after scoring 10 in the 2015 Euros. Until leapfrogging up and down there as well as we get ready to start the third quarter. Charlier to start things in the third quarter then. The second half underway. It is Great Britain 2, Belgium 1. Great Britain going ahead through Phil Roper on 7 minutes. Thomas Briels levelling things on 14 minutes for Belgium to make it 1 apiece. Alistair Brogdon in Great Britain that breathing space on 28 minutes as he jabbed the ball home. Now Fox picks up for Great Britain, who are attacking that ball, or that goal away to the right-hand side. The ball drifting off at the halfway mark, and the restart for Belgium and John Doman. Simon Mason alongside us here in the commentary box, watching this game unfold, and we're privileged to see an exciting first half, a pacey first half, an electric first half as Belgium come forward now through Boccard. There's the space that finds Briels, the goal scorer, gets the ball towards Boccard again for the 1-2. And the early chance, the first chance, falling to Belgium in this second half.
Yes, indeed, and it was all about Belgium again coming down the flanks. Boccard cut in. We see the ball to the baseline. Briels gets his feet round to deliver it across. The slide ball looking for Charlier on that near post.
Charlier now gives chase and tries to keep this pressure on Great Britain, and Belgium certainly starting with a high press here as Tom Bone comes in with the jab tackle on Catlin. It was a filthy tackle, says the umpire. Stick challenge in there on Catlin, who looks back slightly relieved that he got the decision in his favour.
I think he was slightly fortunate, I have to say, on either side. I think the one thing the coaches could possibly criticise is because of the pace and the intensity of both these sides, the turnover rate through midfield has been high for what we would normally expect at this level. but they are playing with such pace, it's almost impossible to execute skills perfectly all the time. The sides just have to be careful to make the right choices when to go. It's not about 100% all the time. Slow it down and speed it up.
Bocard. Well predicted by Sloan, who got to the ball first. Now Charlier with the restart. Back out through Bocard and into their own half now through Loipart, who had to watch that one because it was bobbling in front of him. So just interchanging passes here. Where's the right angle? Loipart takes a little drift to his right-hand side. Denayer has a bit more space now across the 23-metre line. Mantell having to come back, but the ball finds its way through to Bone.
Brave defending from Catlin, because Bone put that in the hook of his stick and tried to drive it through Catlin. Catlin down low hard, good core strength to stay balanced, gets his stick in the way.
Charlier was coming in towards that ball, and there's a missed trap over on the far side, which gives possession back to GB. This is the chance.
Well, this is Denayer finding Bone. Now look how hard Bone tries to go through Catlin. Massive left hand, left forearm strength to keep his stick in the right position.
Belgium would have taken a penalty corner there, that's for sure. No penalty corners for them in the game so far. No chance for Tom Bone to add to his goal tally in the tournament. Great Britain with just one penalty corner of their own, and that wasn't the most spectacular. That's been kind. Brogdon beaten as Briels comes through. Almost walked it into the goal there.
What a pick from Michael Hoare, backing up Dan Fox. Dan Fox went to the ball. Hoare making an unbelievable reverse.
Still not clear, and Bocard was almost teed up there by his teammate Powell.
Briels just ding right to left, getting the ball up in the air. In the end, Dan Fox is doing, and then unfortunately Dan Fox gives it back to Charlier. Michael Hoare doing a great job behind him to back up his captain, the sweeper.
Belgian coach highlighting just how important the final quarter's going to be. How do teams approach a third quarter? The Belgian coach there saying the third quarter will be important, but it's all about that fourth and final quarter for them.
Well, I disagree to some extent that the fourth and final quarter is just as important as the other ones. If you can get yourself a 5-goal lead in quarter three, quarter four is an irrelevance.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Charlier tries to nip in under his shoulder. He creates a little bit of space. Bailey's come all the way. Has he cleaned him out? No, says the umpire. He's OK with it.
I think if they'd gone to referral, I think the contact came before the ball got moved away, but it was a very close run thing.
Opens up counter-attack. It's Gibson in goal, actually, for Great Britain in this
look
second
at the contact
half.
point as it gets popped into this hole, because he comes out there. Does he hit the player before he takes the ball? From the other angle, we might see better.
Well, we'll be able to analyse that up here in the commentary box. Possibly a talking point, possibly a chance, and a let-off for Great Britain there. Whether Gibson completely cleans him out here or not. What do you think?
Well, for me, that's contact before the ball goes anywhere. You could argue Charlier's left the ball behind, but as it comes in, he digs it out from his feet brilliantly. Now, I think the goalkeeper hits him before his right hand goes through the ball.
Belgium had that referral. The green light's still on for them. Great Britain still have their referral too, and there's just under 10 minutes left to play in the quarter. Great Britain 2, Belgium 1. Belgium coming forward again, and Sloan misses that one. Doman peels out, and there's the little dump pass, well read. And Weir going to ground, having won the ball back there, did well.
Yes, he's done brilliantly, Weir, to try and get in front of that tackle. That's very similar to the Brogdon-Catlin action from the first half. You run with the ball one way, and then the dump pass is the opposite direction. Because you're threatening a particular line of entry into the circle, the defender has to cover it, and it then leaves a space as a passing option.
Willis crunches that one down, but it's an easy pick for Hendricks there on the left-hand channel. Nothing Forsyth could do to get the ball back as well. And now the counter-attack comes in. Van Orbel, watched back by Condon, just runs it away to safety. 3 Belgian players around him, but he'll just keep going. Just looking for the left foot there of John Doman, couldn't find it. There's a look at the Belgian circle entries, 13 in total, 6 coming down that right channel now as they attack, 3 through the middle and 4 down the left.
And I think most of those 6 would have been on the right-hand side, would have been when Gunnar was playing at right midfield. His elimination skills down that channel were exceptional in the first half. Not only was he tackling back and robbing the ball away from Great Britain, but he's able to turn and accelerate into the space.
There's the number 22 shirt, black 22 today. Now here's a chance for Belgium, 4 against 2 if they can play the numbers right here. Van Orbel sprays the ball towards there, and there comes the ball towards the P spot. This must be surely Cousins with the final touch. Well, Great Britain slightly rattled there, and Michael Hoare losing his rag a little bit, but Belgium have an equaliser. They completely dissected the Great Britain defence here. Great Britain 2, Belgium 2.
Well, it's all about the turnover in midfield. By the time they'd got here, it was game over. That's a great pass to the far post to knock it in. All of a sudden, Michael Hoare has absolutely nothing. It was 4-2 and then 5-on-2 as Great Britain were just absolutely torn apart. Hoare drilling the ball into the goal right at the end, but there was absolutely nothing that Gibson could do. That's an open goal for Cousins to just tap in easily from his knees, getting his body in the right place. Gibson had nothing, but it was all because Great Britain chose to try and drive through midfield again. We've highlighted that danger.
2-2 the score. Fox brings the ball down the right-hand channel. This might encourage Great Britain to shift the gear. You've got to say the goal coming in the run of the game as well, it went in Belgium's favour, but they deserved it.
Oh, absolutely. They've played fantastically well, and I think Great Britain have been lucky at times. They have been caught in midfield. Both the goals that they've conceded came from midfield turnover.
Chance again to take the lead for the 3rd time. It's Martin this time that sees his jabby push towards goal saved by Vincent Van Asch. Ball still in the circle though. Well, some rocky defending this time from Belgium, and they concede a penalty corner. It is the 2nd of the evening for Great Britain. See what they can do with it. First penalty corner wasn't the best for Great Britain.
Just hear the umpires talking to each other, suggesting that the vision was impaired slightly. Doing really well to see that it's come off the foot of Trians.
We saw that one bouncing back. No advantage coming from that. It was inside the circle. So penalty corner awarded. Let's see if Great Britain can get this one on target. None from one so far. Sloane and Roper line up side by side again. Comes Roper's way this time. Leaves it for Sloane. Handed on twice to Shingles this time. Back to the injector. And eventually cleared by Belgium, but Great Britain have a case here, I think. Ian Sloane going to video referral. Let's listen in.
So off a Belgian stick, onto his knee. Okay, so you're looking for a foot over here. Okay. Aiden, you there? GB is asking for a Belgium, hold on a second, Adam. GB is looking for a foot, a Belgian foot, and then subsequent penalty corner.
So we're looking for a Belgian foot inside the D from that last penalty corner.
Yeah, the routine went wrong to start with. It came out to the top, it was a slip behind the back. We're now looking to see, did it hit a Belgian foot at some point? When it comes through there, that looks like it on first showing. So Henry Weir misses the ball completely. Anti-skill .1. That's onto his knee. Now, is that going to be classified as dangerous? It's not about the height, it's about whether the video umpire perceives it is dangerous. That's the issue. There is contact, we've seen the contact. Now it's going to be interpretation. Is that going to be classified as dangerous, or is it going to go in GB's favour?
This is our super slow-mo angle for you. Umpire decision coming.
Grant, the ball is raised, dangerously hit the player on the knee, therefore free hit out.
Free hit out as we stood, and GB loses their referral?
That's correct.
Okay.
I think that's how we saw it up in the commentary box as well, wasn't it, Simon?
Yeah, I just think that Weir misses it the first time. The second time, unfortunately, there's too much pace on the ball. There's not an issue with the height, because the player was also bent down. The angle of the shin wasn't completely upright. But the issue was because there was too much pace, therefore it's perceived to be dangerous.
Great Britain losing their referral as well. Red light is on. And the score's deadlocked at 2-2. Same scoreline as we had in Belgium, in Antwerp, in the Hockey World League round 3.
What an exceptional chase back from Ian Sloane through midfield. That's the benefit of doing it. If you don't get a call as a ball carrier running through midfield, if somebody coming from behind you has more pace, they can just jab the ball away from you back to the next defensive line. Shows the value of that team defence ethic.
Some interesting score lines between these two sides. They've only played 5 times, as Great Britain, of course, against Belgium. 3 wins for Great Britain. No wins as yet for Belgium. There's been 2 draws along the way. For Antwerp this year, it was a 2004 qualifier that the two sides met, GB winning that encounter by 2-1. Then you've got to go back to 1960, 1952 and 1920. Those 3 Olympic Games to see the fixtures between the two sides. Back in 1920, 12-1 victory to Great Britain. That was in Antwerp, in Belgium. Great Britain going on to win the Olympic gold. The first Olympics after the break, of course, for World War I. Brogdon over the 23-metre line, into the circle, backhand shot comes in, hits the backboard, and for the 3rd time in the game, Great Britain regain the lead. It is Great Britain 3, Belgium 2. A shot on target from Alan Forsyth.
And what a shot it is. The pick is on the forehand. Kicked on the forehand, great strength to then peel away and find space. Finds Van Asch's near post for a crowd of players. Great receive under pressure. Gets a little nudge in the back from Van Doren for his trouble. But what a finish. Gets the blade of his stick round it. Finds a fraction of a gap. Van Asch not at fault because he couldn't see it. And that is a brilliant finish from Forsyth at the near post.
His 99th cap today, and at just 23 years of age, now his 50th goal. So congratulations to him. 50 international goals, and could be the difference between these two sides. Of course, still a long way to go. 20 minutes left to play, but Great Britain back out in front. Great Britain 3, Belgium 2.
I genuinely think this is going to be all about midfield turnover. Which team loses it most? Catlin moments ago for Great Britain was fortunate. The problem is that either side, when they win it back, there appears to be a lot of space to run into, and because of the intensity of the game, they get it and they go, and you almost get into a habit of playing at overspeed, and in doing so the ball's not under control. You need, I believe it was our other colour commentator, Cedric D'Souza, who said you need your head in the fridge when your heart's in the fire, and therefore you just make the right decisions at the right time.
I like that saying. Catlin. Good deflection from Mantell. Falls to Brogdon. Catlin again squeezes the shot off. Van Doren got there first. Got a little jab tackle in, and now Belgium will counter-attack down the right-hand side. Remember, they scored from a counter-attack last time round, and they've got the numbers going forward again. They've won a free hit just inside the attacking half, which Tom Bone takes himself. Self-pass down the line to Briels. Looked for the 1-2 back to Bone. Willers this time clears up for Great Britain.
I genuinely have not seen a game played at this pace with this amount of ball carrying since the old days of an India-Pakistan clash, when simply they play 5-on-5 and it's end-to-end. Ignore the midfield ball possession, just run it through the channels.
Here's an extra little bit of space for Belgium, and some more last-ditch defending this time. The stroke is conceded. Gibson bringing down Charlier there, I think.
Well, sorry, Mike, I don't think that's Gibson. I think that's the first stick tackle. It was horrible. As said, I think it was Cedric Charlier drove through. It's great strength in the end, but that's an awful tackle. There's a hook stick. It's way before Gibson hits him. Gibson, we can suggest, got away with it a moment ago, but either of those tackles, Shingles or looking through Dan Fox, could be penalised for that in the end. Gibson makes a good save with a high right hand, but I think that's the right decision as a penalty stroke.
This to make it 3-3 then. Tom Bone goes low and scores. Great Britain 3, Belgium 3. The Belgian striker gets his second goal of the tournament, and that to level things up here in the final pool game between Great Britain and Belgium.
It's a double step in to Gibson's right. I mean, Bone flicks it well from the edge of the circle, never mind when you put him at 7 yards, so 5.5 metres or whatever it is. It's a classic finish, down low, double step in, whips through it, uses strong right hand. Gibson, no chance.
First goal today, second goal of the tournament. what a game this one is turning out to be. 6 goals in it so far. 6 goals for Australia, of course, in the game before this, beating Canada by 6 goals to 0. There's a foot there in the midfield, which gives the ball back to Belgium, but not for long, though, because there's a missed trap there from Simon Guignard.
Well, the team that's going to be successful has to take the sting out of this game to some extent. They need to change the tempo. It's just a single, consistent, brutal battering of each other. And actually some recycling of play. Hold the ball for a little bit longer. You can work in straight lines quite quickly, but when you are forced to change direction, it's so much harder.
Great Britain keep scoring first, and they keep getting out in front, but Belgium keep coming back at them, and again, they are testing this Great Britain defence. Oh dear, dreadful ball from Shingles. This to take the lead. Oh, it's deflected away from Fox. That was heading towards Briels on the far post. Dan Fox getting a last-ditch touch. That to deny the Belgians the lead.
Well, I thought Fox had put this into his own goal. It's exactly the right pass, but what an angled touch.
2 minutes to go till the end of the quarter, then another 15 minutes left to play. It is relentless. One of the goals or games of the tournament. 6 goals and, well, almost a 7th.
All caused, that Belgian opportunity, all caused by the poor pass from Shingles, trying to force it into the middle of the pitch. Maybe for Great Britain, they've got to play it down the flanks more consistently by taking the ball back into the middle. They're playing to the Belgian requirement.
Oh, here he goes again, Guignard down that left channel again, and it is absolute carnage out there, total chaos as both sides try and regain some sort of control in this match.
It feels like, Mike, the last 2 minutes of a medal game. Here we see this Belgian opportunity. Catlin tries to just get his body in the way. It falls to Guignard, who knocks it across. Dan Fox out of shot with the touch over the man on the back post.
It came from a defensive error on the 23-metre line, though. We've seen a card for Thomas Briels there in the meantime. Get confirmation of the colour very shortly for you. Talking of colours, Great Britain have lost their referral. They have a red light on there at the bottom of the screen. Belgium, of course, have still got their referral, should they need to use it. Into the final minute now of quarter 3.
Well, Briels picks up his green card, and it was simply for a little bit of chat back to umpire Adam Cairns. He was certain that Mantell had fouled on that left-hand touchline.
Brogdon plays in Shingles, who's now shifted over to the right-hand channel. He now drives on towards the circle. It's a long corner for Great Britain, which Catlin is keen to take quickly if he can gather the ball, which Fox now does for him, and they leave it for Weir. So Great Britain with this extra player, can they hammer home that advantage? Final few seconds, they need to try and get this one into the circle. The end of the third quarter is nigh. Oh, again swept in. Guignard again gathers it, can't get past Weir. This will be the final touch. Great Britain need to get it into the circle. Condon, there it is for Shingles, and there goes the buzzer. So a frantic third quarter, an entertaining third quarter, and there's still 15 minutes left to play, but nothing to split these two sides. 6 goals in the game, and who knows, maybe more at the end of the quarter. With 15 minutes left to play, Great Britain 3, Belgium 3. Well, plenty highlights to bring you. Belgium not letting Great Britain out of their sights.
No, and Gibson, we felt, got away with conceding a penalty stroke. Brogdon was able to carry the ball through. Dokia taken to ground. But Belgium again and again turning over Great Britain. 4-on-2, 5-on-2. And in the end, it's a tap in at the far post for Cossins just to equal the scores. I think that was for 2-2 as I remember it. Great Britain, however, straight down the other end. Harry Martin finding the ball into the circle. It's a delightful finish by Forsyth, who finds the near post of Van Asch. Van Asch a little bit unsighted, I felt, through a crowd of players. And then Bone finishing, I think, 3-3 past Gibson to the bottom right after a hideous couple of challenges from Shingles and Fox in the circle.
There's a look at your other stats after 3 quarters of a game. Honours even right across the board. 0 from 2, Great Britain's penalty corner conversion rate. So with just 15 minutes left to play, who is going to be the difference between these two sides? Which player out there? Could it be Denea? He's had a good game so far. Harry Martin there. Michael Horway to his left-hand side. 3-3 as things stand. Great Britain would finish top of the table with a draw here. They would finish on 7 points and face India in the quarterfinals with a draw. That's the way it is at the moment. Final quarter action then from match 12, the final pool game of the Hero Hockey World League finals before we get into the real thick of it in the quarter-final stages, which start tomorrow. Teams jostling for position. Great Britain currently top of their pool, and if the scores remain the same, they will finish there and play India. Canada, we already know, will face the Netherlands, and just Belgium and Australia waiting to decide where those top 3 teams, Great Britain, Belgium and Australia, finish in this pool. And we've been privileged to watch a thrilling game so far, Simon.
We have indeed, and you feel that for Belgium to be successful, and I think Catlin's going to get penalised, he is going to get penalised for turning into the path of the opponent, deliberately physically blocking that run. But I think for Belgium the key is going to be maintaining the intensity, force Great Britain to play quicker than they possibly want to. If Great Britain want to close this game out, as we see the reason that Catlin got the card for turning into that line, if Belgium want to finish this off, they have to just force the pace.
Well, Belgium were down a player at the very start of that quarter. They've now gone up a player because Catlin has been sent off. So it is now Belgium that have that one-player advantage as Shingles tries to pick up the ball on the halfway line and nudge it towards Harry Martin. There is confirmation of Nick Catlin's green card. So off for 2 minutes.
And if I was Shane McLeod now, what I'd do is I'd set my midfield just slightly wider. I'd encourage Great Britain to perceive there's a space at centre midfield, get them to play the ball into that hole, and then simply close it down and steal the ball. That's where Belgium have been so effective, but they have to set that trap to then spring it.
Shingles staying down after his first touch, just took it away from him, but he got to the ball first here and, more importantly, won the ball back for Great Britain. He's all right. Ball goes route 1, hits the foot of Tom Bone on the way through. Martin now. Ball just needs to be taken back another couple of yards for the umpires to be happy. Now Shingles on the ball again. Throws the ball forward towards Grassick. Good tussle going on there with Hendrick. Hendricks comes away with it. This is Bone.
The ability of these players to stay balanced as they twist and turn through 180 and 360 degrees is just incredible.
Great exit there from Belgium there, technically, that opens up the space on the right-hand channel. They flood forward, the black shirts, trying to score in that goal away to the left-hand side. There was a defensive touch there that takes the ball off, and it'll be a long corner. Remember, Great Britain still down to 10 players. 3-3 the scoreline. It'll be a tense finish to this game. Leupart and Van Doren just interchanging passes. There's a little short one again to Guignard, who's got the extra pace. Hendricks are just trying to find that space and open up that gap as Fox comes out to narrow the angle for Leupart. Bocard spraying the ball. There is the ball into the circle. Oh, was it dirty tackle? Yes, it was. There was a lot of stick contact there on that Great Britain tackle, and an absolutely right decision from the umpire. Heard it clear as day up here in the commentary box.
Well, Great Britain finally got caught. It was patient. In the end, it's Van Doren who drives in. I think he went over the baseline, but the tackle was ugly in the first instance. It really wasn't good from Forsyth. He got his angles all wrong, but Great Britain got caught. Dan Fox was calling a man out to the ball and trying to fill in behind him, and in stepping forward, unfortunately, Forsyth didn't do it aggressively enough or immediately enough, and it left the space behind him.
Cue Tom Bone, who is waiting very patiently at the top of the circle. Guignard will be the injector. Expect this one to come rocketing towards the goal for Great Britain. Harry Gibson in goal. Bone can't quite control it at the second time of asking, though. Brogdon is there to block the shot. Wasn't a clean penalty corner by any means from Belgium there. but still the chance, and this time into the sideboards.
Bone, that's completely the wrong choice of pass. You see the corner out to the top, it is Bone, but he touches it too hard and then has to have a second phase. It's great charging down from Brogdon in the end, who gets in the way of this. As it pops back, however, comes out of the baseline.
None from one for Belgium, as far as penalty corners go, and 1 from 2 for Great Britain. Unyard, back to Leupart. This is Hendricks. When ball is on, finds Charlier, touched away by Hall.
I think Great Britain back to 11, and they'll be pleased with that, because Belgium made them work really, really hard when they had that extra man, because they transferred again, and in doing so finally found the space.
Catlin back on the field then after his green card suspension, has 3 players to eliminate there. Mantell at full stretch, keeps that one in play, but no support. And the umpire just saying there that Mantell flicking the ball, and it was too high into Hendricks, so Belgium have the ball back. And just look at the pace to every single attack, whether it be for Great Britain or for Belgium. Tackles coming in thick and fast, runs coming in at 100%. And like you said earlier, Simon, this game being played out as if it was a medal game.
Well, we've talked before about coming off the line as an attacker.
Cousins scored the 3rd goal, and oh, over the top of the bar from Charlier. Best chance of the quarter. Sorry, it was Dokier with the chance. Off the back foot, tomahawk shot.
Well, I think he's tried to hit this upright. It's a great pick-up, and then Cousins from the angle upright, and then upright again, but he's chopped down into the turf. Dokier trying so hard and gets under it, just too much bottom hand. A moment ago, myself was saying that we've mentioned coming off the line in the past about when a player gets a ball and you get it accelerate in a different direction. Every player doing the same.
Mantell skips a couple of tackles, and the ball held on there towards Condon. Condon, I think, forcing the save from the goalkeeper. The ball was pinpoint accurate from Mantell. It found his teammate, but Great Britain unable to take that 4-3 lead against the run of play.
Well, that's either Vanash brilliantly with the left foot or Denea helps. Great ball, and look at this under the arm touch. It is great save from Vanash. What a pass in, slow-mo. Mantell delivering, keeps the ball on the end of his stick to whip it through. Little bounce, that could have gone over Vanash's foot so easily.
9 minutes left to play. Great Britain 3, Belgium 3. Great Britain who opened the scoring on 7 minutes. Phil Roper opening the scoring. Alistair Brogdon and Alan Forsyth, the other scorers for Great Britain. For Belgium, Briels, Bone and Cousins, the 3 goal scorers. And honours even as we enter the final stage of this game. Missed trap over there on the far side by Leupart as he just backtracks. Some defensive work to do. Quarter-final stages then just on the horizon. That's the thing that's getting everyone excited here in Raipur. That's a soft turnover from Catlin, who sees that ball intercepted again. There's going to be a little overlap here. Cousins has got Briels alongside him, opts to go himself right into the flat stick of Hoare, and there's been even more contact there. Cousins holding his head as Hoare went in heavy on the challenge, but it was clean, says the umpire. Condon just tries to hold the ball up and back into Catlin now.
Yeah, I think Cousins holding his head was more disappointment at the choice. He had a pass inside him. Shingles was beaten in terms of pace. He was lagging a good couple of metres behind his opponent. If Cousins had just cut back in field, he was in.
Condon plays the ball into the top of the circle as Whiteman joining in there and tries to skip the skills with the 3D skills, but it's hit a Great Britain foot in there.
Well, here we go. Cousins tries to dummy Hoare. Hoare goes flat. It's stick obstruction in the end because it's left behind by Cousins. He knows that's a complete mistake. Poor choice of pass in the end. There's no contact at all. Now, this is all about composure. Do Great Britain want in these last 7 minutes? Do they want to try and go out and win this cleanly, or do they just want to hold back? For me, it's going to be about the composure of their captain, Dan Fox. What's he going to call his defensive alignment? Is he going to keep that extra man back now in these latter stages?
Doman plays in Briels. Briels now. Oh, there's surely a foul there, was there, from Hoare? And lucky that that wasn't a penalty corner. And, well, yeah, I sympathise with Thomas Briels on that one. It did look again as if ball went in heavy. There is a foot just outside the circle. Advantage played. And Briels, well, you can understand his frustration. Ball was played after that. It is really heating up out there between Great Britain and Belgium.
Yeah, it's a ball that's popped up and Briels has gone for it, and then Sloane's just had a little bit of a flare-up. For me, there's nothing in this. It's popped up. The ball's there to be hit. The whistle goes now. And he hasn't even hit it hard. He's got his low hands, and it's just a little bit of a red mist. Ken's quickly in from the baseline.
Yeah, you can see him already there saying, "Je suis désolé." Don't think too much wrong with that. Good sportsmanship at the end of it, though. Good handshake between the two players, and now Great Britain come forward through Martin and now Mantell. Well, hats off to both sides, really, the manner in which this game is being played.
That's exceptional. I mean, you think that the limited number of cards that we've had, and yet the intensity we've had right from that very first whistle. There, okay, yes, we see Briels, we get it a little bit heated with Sloane, but that's just a moment. The general tone of this game has been fantastic.
Slip there from Charlier. The pass finds Briels. Willis is there, 4 as well at the back. Great Britain have been the busier of the defence as Brogdon now sets off straight onto the flat stick of Van Doren there, the number 4, Whiteman.
Belgium have now got to see if they've got the ability, the physical ability to continue to dominate the midfield and steal passes back. That's the issue for them. They've been so good when they've nicked it off the midfield players of Great Britain, and Great Britain have dwelled on the ball too long.
More chaos out there for Brogdon and Catlin. Just letting the game breathe a little bit there and gathering our thoughts, a little glass of water at the ready.
Well, it's as breathless for us as it is for them. There is so much out there, some exceptional individual skills, some brilliance from a couple of players. I think Gunar's been exceptional for Belgium. I think Fox at times has marshalled his troops well. Catlin's driven through midfield. So many great performances, but again, an error rate has at times teams try and play too quickly.
Yeah, I've ordered the oxygen as well. Dizzy heights of this game. Whiteman.
Great skill, that is brilliant. However, I think that's a harsh call. Harsh call, Whiteman taken down, but if you look at it compared to the penalty corner at the other end, not given earlier on, I think that's harsh at this stage of the game, given the defensive integrity both teams have shown. We see a Whiteman, great individual skill, and he's literally, Gunard's gone for the tackle and Whiteman's fallen over his stick. There's nothing wrong with that. He's not tried to pull through it, in my opinion. I'm not sure why you go for referral, because it's interpretation.
Okay, Belgium is asking for no intention here for the breakdown foul that I've given the penalty corner for. Therefore, they're looking for a free hit coming out. Or free hit outside the circle. For them.
It's okay, but
We're looking through this, but surely it is just umpire's interpretation. He's not questioning whether it was a tackle or not. You could also say from that angle that Gunnar does stand up, lifts his left hand, creates the barrier. I didn't see it the first time.
Yeah.
Grant, you there? You can stick with your decision.
Okay, thank you.
Belgium lose their referral.
Belgium lose their referral. The original decision stands. There are 3.5 minutes left to play. 3 goals apiece entering this final period. Tim Whiteman winning a penalty corner for Great Britain. And this, again, a chance to get their noses in front for the 4th time. Roper and Catlin there at the top of the circle. It is a limited penalty corner attack setup for Great Britain. Just 6 players involved. Comes Roper's way, takes the flick, hits the #1 runner, loops up into the air. Fox regathers.
Fox needs to be careful here. Just recycle. Belgium's got players away, as in ready for the counter-attack. In that situation, you go, you know what? A draw is good enough for us. We top the pool with a draw. We see the replay of the routine. It's not a clean flick. Roper doesn't get it away. It's charged down very, very well by Troyens, and the clearance off the near post is exceptional.
Just doing a little bit of maths as well here, because if Belgium come out with the win and make it 4-3, then 3 sides will be on 6 points. Great Britain on 6 points, Belgium on 6 points, Australia on 6 points.
Then it's going to go to goals scored, I think, and therefore Belgium have done 7 and 4. I think they'll potentially be above Great Britain. Australia, however, have also scored a heap of goals.
Goalkeeper has left the field, and Belgium going for the win then. They're going for that 4-3 result. Vanash substituted. Loipart takes on the kicking back duties.
Well, going back to Hockey World League, I think Belgium did this against Ireland and got victorious with a last-minute goal.
Troyens finds the target. They keep it inside. No, they don't. Goes across the baseline. So Great Britain 3, Belgium 3. They are completely exposed at the back, though, Belgium. If Great Britain can find a way through that last line of defence. Aerial ball towards Roper.
Yeah, the umpire's consistent with those aerial balls. A moment ago, I thought Catlin was lucky. The ball had gone over his head and Denaira got behind him. He got away with the free hit at that time. Arthur Van Doren doing exactly the same. As we see the man in the vest, he is essentially the goalkeeper stepping up. They're going to an 11-man outfield play.
Yep, throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at Great Britain here. A draw not good enough for Belgium. They go in search of the win, and there was a deflected effort. Well, it was close, but Laurent Van Oorbel, how close?
Yeah, it goes out wide, and with this extra man, you've just got to go down the left foot of the sweeper, get the touch. Gibson patrolling his near post, and you've got to suggest Condon was in the right place. Belgium again and again, it's relentless. The sweeper now has to take a massive role in policing things. Great Britain have to slide their defence across the pitch. Belgium just simply have to keep transferring it.
Could be some trouble here. Roper picks up the ball. No goalkeeper, remember, for Belgium. Being tracked back by Cousins. Roper continues his run. Was there a foul in there? No, says the umpire. Yes, eventually. The whistle coming in slightly later than expected for Great Britain. 1 minute left to play. No goalkeeper for Belgium.
Well, Great Britain have got to get this in play or they're going to get it turned over for wasting time. I think they're quite fortunate because I'm not sure there was a touch. Roper seemed a little bit out of control. Great Britain now need to play to the wide channels, get down to bottom corners. They're driving the ball back into the Belgians. I don't understand. With this amount of time left, you just go to the sides. It opens the spaces up for Belgium to counter, and now they're in.
And 30 seconds left to play as Troyens picks up the ball. A draw good enough to take Great Britain through top of the table. Belgium would finish in 3rd place, but have they got one last effort here? Guignard drives forward. It's going to be a long corner, and there's going to be plenty of time to take it. Inside the final 20 seconds now, as Van Doren starts.
What a tackle from Michael Hall, had to be. And now Loipart with a slider.
Into Catlin's stick. Weir sweeps away, sideline ball. This will be the last play. The Hooters going to beat Belgium to it. There was a final deflected touch there from Belgium. So the ball goes out of play. It's finished. Great Britain 3, Belgium 3, and Great Britain win Pool A, which means they will face India in the quarterfinals. Belgium, with that draw, finish on 4 points and will play Argentina in the quarterfinal stages. What a game. Hopefully you've enjoyed that one as much of us here in the commentary box. Great Britain 3, Belgium 3.
Great Britain 3, Belgium 3. Very close.
Well, let's take you through all the goals, 6 in total.
Well, Catlin gets his eyes up, sees a long pass, interchange between Grasic and Roper. They lead away from their men, they find the space. Guignard, as he picks the ball up, cuts inside Brogdon, sees the ball to the baseline, and then it comes across and Briels with one of the finishers of the tournament. Leads across, one swing, crossbar, Bailey's jumping, but the ball's already in the back of the net. Michael Hall, watch this skill, left, right, down the baseline, looks up, pops it across. Little fortune in the end, because Vanash doesn't get the ball clear. It drops into the space for Troyens. Whiteman touches, and then Brogdon on the far post.
interception in the midfield, and this is where Belgium proved time and time and again that with those extra numbers over, look at them here, 4 players driving forward against just 2 Great Britain defenders. They were completely outnumbered there, Great Britain, and it was just about pure mathematics at the end of it all.
They were a little bit fortunate because the pass into the circle wasn't the right pass. In the end, unable to get it away, Michael Hoare. He had it on the end of his stick. It was a tap into the far post from Cossins, and then Great Britain came back yet again, and this was genius inside the near post from Forsyth. Beautiful pick, peel and smash. Absolutely delivers it. Unstoppable pass for Nash. Great execution yet again for a crowd of players. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. Boone equalised with a penalty stroke, having seen 2 appalling tackles in the heart of the Great Britain circle.
Gibson not able to get to that one, and it's on as even again between Great Britain and Belgium, 3-3. There, a look at your full-time stats. 10 shots for Great Britain, 3 on target, and the points shared, but Great Britain finishing top of Pool A, Belgium finishing in 3rd. So then, it's quarterfinals next, and we have Great Britain taking on India. We'll take you through the rest of the quarterfinal lineups after we've announced our hero man of the match. For that, let's head pitchside with Ashley Morrison.
Thanks very much, Michael, and our man of the match, our hero man of the match for this cracking game we've just witnessed between Belgium and Great Britain is Simon Gounard, and to present the award is the president of the FIH, Leandro Negre. He will receive a trophy and a cheque for 25,000 rupees. Simon, if we can have a quick word with you. Obviously disappointed not to get the win, but it was a very special game.
Yeah, it's always a tough game against Great Britain, and it's always nice to play them, always physical, always a nice battle, and again a draw. I think we draw a lot against them. But it was a really nice game to play, so looking forward for other improvements and looking forward to the next game.
Yeah, it's interesting how it is always a draw. You now face Argentina. Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, of course, looking forward to that one. It's a really great team. They've showed it during the tournament already, and we are eager to play against them the next game.
Well, thanks very much, and congratulations on your Man of the Match award.
Thank you very much.
Let's take a look back at the rest of today's results as well. 6 goals in that game between Australia and Canada. 6-0 the final score. Great Britain levelling things up with Belgium there. 3-3 enough to take them through top of the table. That's how it's finished in Pool A. Great Britain on top with 7 points. Australia 2nd in 6th. Belgium 3rd and Canada 4th. So tomorrow's quarterfinals. This is when it gets juicy. Netherlands versus Canada in quarterfinal number 1. Australia versus Germany in the 2nd quarterfinal. The remaining quarterfinals will take place on Thursday, and we know that Great Britain will now face the hosts, India. What a game that'll be to look forward to. And Belgium, of course, facing Argentina. All that hockey to look forward to. The knockout stages start tomorrow with those games that we just saw. A good night for now.